My precious child, stop scrolling. I know exactly what time it is. I know how late it has gotten. I know the rest of the house is quiet. I know the room around you is dark. I know your mind will simply not let you rest tonight. You are desperately searching for peace in the artificial glow of that screen. You are looking for any possible distraction from the heavy weight sitting on your chest. You keep scrolling because the silence in this room is far too loud. You keep seeking a temporary escape from the anxious thoughts that chase you. But I have come to give you peace directly. I am here right now. I am speaking directly to you in the quietness of this room. Do not turn your face away. Do not keep swiping past me. I brought you to this exact moment. I orchestrated this specific encounter because I saw how fast your heart was racing. I saw the massive wave of anxiety building up inside you. You are carrying the impossible weight of tomorrow. You are carrying the painful regrets of yesterday. You are trying to solve massive problems that have not even arrived yet. Listen to my gentle voice. Let my calm words wash over your completely exhausted mind. Before you finally close your eyes tonight, I have to tell you what is going to happen tomorrow. I have to show you what I am actively doing in the unseen realm for you. I see exactly what happens to you when the room gets quiet. The silence is overwhelmingly loud tonight. When the constant noise of the day finally fades away, all the hidden worries rush in. I see the worst-case scenarios playing over and over in your head right now. I see the difficult conversations you are constantly replaying. I see the tiny mistakes you are suddenly magnifying into disasters. I feel the exact, frantic rhythm of your racing heart. You feel so incredibly alone in this physical darkness. You feel like absolutely no one understands the immense pressure you are under. You are deeply worried about your finances. You are worried about the bills that urgently need to be paid. You are worried about your future and the uncertain path ahead. You are looking closely at every single thing that went wrong today. You are wondering if you are simply failing at life. You are wondering if you will ever finally catch a break. You are wondering if this exhausting struggle will ever truly end. I see the hot tears you swallowed down during the long day. I see the brave, fake smile you put on for everyone else. I see how hard you tried to look strong when you desperately wanted to cry. But you do not have to be brave with me right now. I am sitting right beside your bed. I am watching over you with immense tenderness. I know how physically drained and exhausted your body is. Your muscles ache deeply from the constant tension. Your eyes burn from staring at the bright screen. Yet your busy brain is loudly shouting at you. Your anxious thoughts are spinning wildly out of control. You are asking yourself if things will ever actually get better. You are asking if I am still listening to your broken prayers. I am listening. I have carefully counted every single tear that soaked into your pillow. I have heard every silent, desperate plea for help. I have captured every broken, heavy sigh. You are so tired of constantly being strong for everyone else. You are so tired of holding everything together by yourself. You feel exactly like you are walking on a dangerous tightrope. You are terrified that one wrong step will ruin absolutely everything. I know the sickening fear that grips your stomach when you think about tomorrow. I know the deep, heavy exhaustion that settles deep into your bones. You are looking at your circumstances through the distorted lens of pure exhaustion. You are looking at the massive mountain in front of you while you are completely drained of energy. You are not seeing the actual truth right now. Please listen to me very carefully, because you are believing a terrible lie about yourself right now. You think this heavy anxiety truly defines you. You think this rising panic is a permanent state of being. You think this daily struggle means you are simply not doing enough. Hear me clearly right now. You are not failing simply because you are tired. You are beautifully and wonderfully human. You have been fighting and staying strong for far too long. You have carried heavy burdens that were never yours to carry. You have taken on massive responsibilities that belong only to me. I never ever asked you to be perfectly flawless. I never asked you to have your entire life completely figured out. I do not judge you at all for the nights you could barely whisper a tiny prayer. I do not condemn you for the dark moments you deeply doubted my plan. Your falling tears were a beautiful prayer enough for me. Your silent, broken cries reached the very center of my throne. Your deep exhaustion is absolutely not a sin. Your heavy, aching heart is not a sign of weak or failing faith. It is simply a loud sign that you desperately need rest. It is a sign that you urgently need the comforting arms of your Father. You are completely allowed to fall apart in my safe arms. You are allowed to honestly admit that you cannot do this anymore. You are allowed to cry and say that it deeply hurts. I am not angry with you in the slightest. I look at you right now with overwhelming, infinite compassion. I look at you with a love so deep, it would completely overwhelm your human senses. Do not feel a single ounce of guilt for the panic you feel tonight. Do not harshly punish yourself for the fear that creeps into your mind. The enemy desperately wants you to feel ashamed of your anxiety. The enemy wants you to hide your beautiful face from me in shame. He wants you to falsely think I am terribly disappointed in you. But I am not disappointed. I draw closer and closer to the brokenhearted. I sit quietly with you in the exact middle of your chaotic mess. I hold you tightly in the very center of your raging storm. I am weeping gently with you in your deep pain. You were never meant to fight this brutal battle alone. You were always meant to lean entirely on my endless strength. You mistakenly think this deep exhaustion is the sad end of your story. You think you have finally reached your absolute final breaking point, but you simply do not see what I am actively building in the unseen background. Let me gently show you what this painful season of waiting actually is. I know today was terribly, overwhelmingly hard. I know the past few days have felt like an endless, exhausting uphill battle. You bravely faced firmly closed doors. You faced incredibly frustrating and unexpected delays. You deeply felt the sharp, bitter sting of rejection. You felt the crushing, heavy weight of sudden disappointment. You felt the immense frustration of so many unanswered questions. You sadly thought the prolonged silence meant I had completely abandoned you, but I was quietly and carefully holding the fragile pieces of your life together. You thought the door firmly closed because you were simply not good enough. You harshly blamed yourself for the suddenly missed opportunity. But I intentionally closed that door to completely protect you. I saw the hidden, unseen danger lurking right behind it. I saw the massive heartbreak it would inevitably cause your gentle soul. I saw the dangerous trap that was carefully set to destroy your peace. I firmly shut it out of pure, fierce, protective love for you. You thought it was a cruel and unfair rejection today, but it was my strong hand of protection shielding you from a violent storm you could not possibly survive. You thought the long delay was a bitter and unfair punishment. You thought I was purposely ignoring your timeline and your desperate daily prayers. but I am purposefully using this exact delay to fully prepare you. I am making you completely ready for the massive, incredible blessing you asked for. If I gave it to you right now in your exhausted state, it would utterly crush you. The heavy weight of the new blessing requires a much stronger, deeper foundation. You need significantly more spiritual strength to carry what is quickly coming your way. You feel incredibly and painfully empty right now. You feel like absolutely everything you held on to has been painfully stripped away. But this sudden emptiness is absolutely not a curse. It is a beautiful, divine clearing of the sacred ground. I am permanently removing the dangerous, noisy distractions. I am removing the toxic, negative things that constantly consume your daily peace. I am removing the wrong relationships that deeply drain your weary spirit. I am making massive room for a beautiful, undeniable miracle that will permanently change the entire trajectory of your life. This deep darkness you feel around you right now is not a cold tomb. It is a warm, protective womb. You are currently in a sacred, hidden season of massive spiritual growth. The sharp pain you felt today is simply the necessary stretching of your spiritual capacity. The intense, daily frustration is just the healthy shedding of your old, limiting self. Do not ever curse the darkness of this quiet, lonely room. The darkness is just a gentle, soothing blanket I placed over the loud world so your tired spiritual eyes can finally rest. I am gently asking you to fully trust my unseen working hand tonight. I am asking you to truly believe that I am actively working absolutely all things together for your ultimate, glorious good. Even the painful, embarrassing mistakes, even the public, humiliating failures, even the exact moments you weakly stumbled and fell today. I am carefully and lovingly weaving them all into a breathtaking masterpiece of my grace. But there is a very real, unseen reason why your fragile mind feels so brutally attacked tonight. You did not magically stumble upon this specific message by random accident. I purposefully brought you here to strongly intervene. I brought you here to completely expose a malicious, hidden plot against your mental peace. There is something dark moving in the spiritual realm right now. This precise moment was carefully arranged before the sun even went down. I knew exactly how much you would need my comforting voice tonight. You did not find this message by random chance. I intentionally sent this directly to your screen to rescue your tired mind from the heavy anxiety. Your physical eyes are incredibly tired, but your spirit is wide awake. Your heavy heart was desperately crying out for a spiritual lifeline. I heard that silent, desperate cry, loud and clear. That is exactly why I stopped your scrolling right here. That is why you felt a sudden, unexplainable urge to pause and listen to me. I am intentionally interrupting your anxious downward spiral tonight. I am offering you a powerful, divine antidote to the toxic poison of overthinking. I have been patiently waiting for you in this exact, quiet hour. I clearly knew the heavy silence of this dark room would deeply try to crush you, so I made absolutely sure my comforting voice would find you first. Stay closely with me right now. Do not scroll away from my presence, because the dark enemy is desperately trying to steal your precious sleep for a very specific reason. Let me gently expose exactly what is really happening in the spiritual realm right now. The unseen enemy of your soul always attacks your fragile mind at night. He patiently waits until you are completely exhausted and physically alone in the dark. He clearly knows you are at your absolute weakest point when the room lights go out. Those loud, terrifying whispers telling you that tomorrow will be a total disaster are absolute lies. Those sudden, intrusive thoughts replaying your past mistakes do not come from me. Those fearful, what-if questions are deliberately designed to violently drain your remaining strength. The enemy is purposely projecting a fake, terrifying future into your tired mind. He desperately wants you to completely surrender your peace before tomorrow even begins. He cruelly wants you to wake up already feeling defeated and entirely broken. He secretly tries to convince you that everyone else is doing perfectly fine without you. He maliciously tries to make you feel like you are the only one struggling so deeply. He constantly whispers that your past mistakes have completely disqualified you from my abundant grace. He cruelly brings up painful memories you truly thought you had already healed from. He violently magnifies your small, daily flaws until they look like massive mountains of complete failure. He desperately wants to keep you awake, tossing and turning in physical and mental agony. He is attacking you so fiercely tonight for one very specific, spiritual reason. He brutally attacks you because he knows exactly how incredibly close you are to a massive breakthrough. The spiritual resistance is always the absolute highest right before the beautiful miracle finally happens. The loud, chaotic storm in your mind is a clear, undeniable sign that a beautiful calm is rapidly approaching. He sees the massive golden doors I am actively opening for you right now. He sees the divine, physical healing that is currently flowing into your broken pieces. He is absolutely terrified of the powerful, faithful person you are quickly becoming. He is completely terrified of the unwavering faith you are bravely building in this dark, lonely valley. So he aggressively uses the physical darkness of this bedroom to create fake, terrifying shadows on the walls. He desperately wants you to deeply fear the harmless shadows. He wants you to tragically forget that I am the brilliant, blazing light of the entire world. Do not let him violently steal the precious healing rest I have strictly commanded for your tired body. Do not let him violently rob you of the quiet, deep peace I personally purchased for you. Your fragile mind is my highly sacred, protected temple. It is absolutely not a playground for anxious, dark, roaming spirits. I am clearly warning you about this spiritual attack because I love you fiercely and protectively. I want you to be totally spiritually aware so you do not ever fall for his deceptive, cruel traps. But you absolutely do not need to fight this dark, terrifying enemy yourself. He cannot physically or spiritually touch you at all. Let me softly tell you exactly what I'm doing around your bed right now. Do not be afraid of the dark, quiet room anymore, because I am the blazing, warm light that completely surrounds your entire body tonight. I have permanently stationed my strongest, fiercest fighting angels at the four corners of your room. They are standing extremely tall with flaming spiritual swords drawn in your absolute defense. They are fiercely guarding the fragile doors of your exhausted mind. I have completely covered your heavy spirit with my own protective holy blood. No dark spiritual weapon formed against your mental peace tonight will ever prosper. Every single fiery, toxic dart of anxiety is hitting my impenetrable shield and falling completely harmlessly to the floor. I am firmly and aggressively standing right between you and your overwhelming, loud anxieties. I am your massive, completely unbreakable shield of divine armor. The dark, creeping shadows in this room have absolutely no power over your soul. The enemy must immediately flee in absolute terror when I simply speak your precious name. I strictly command the chaotic, raging storm in your brain to be completely and totally still right now. I strictly command the rapid, anxious beating of your heart to slow down this very second, You are entirely and perfectly safe in my incredibly strong, loving arms. Absolutely nothing can ever snatch you out of my fiercely protective grip. I am personally watching over your quiet breathing tonight. I am aggressively keeping away the dark nightmares and the terrifying, intrusive thoughts. I have placed a thick, heavy blanket of deep peace over your racing mind. I am carefully guarding your physical health and your fragile emotional well-being. The dark, roaming spirits of heavy depression have been permanently commanded to leave this place immediately. The loud spirits of sharp anxiety are fleeing in absolute, blind terror from my holy, radiant presence. My bright, warm light is completely filling every single dark corner of your bedroom. You are completely and safely hidden in the comforting shadow of my almighty wings. No spiritual or physical harm will come anywhere near your dwelling place tonight. Comment "God is my shield" if you receive my divine protective covering tonight. Type those exact words to permanently lock the spiritual door against the enemy. Let your simple, honest declaration be an incredibly powerful weapon in the spiritual realm. Rest extremely comfortably in the absolute certainty that I am aggressively defending you. I am aggressively and fiercely fighting for your mental and emotional health. I am aggressively protecting your fragile, incredibly tired heart. Because you are perfectly safe with me right now, I can finally reveal a beautiful, divine secret. I can finally softly tell you what I am carefully preparing for your tomorrow. Your long, deeply painful waiting has absolutely not been wasted in vain. While you are sleeping peacefully tonight, I am actively and constantly working on your exact behalf. I am opening massive, heavy doors that were stubbornly and painfully closed to you today. I am deeply softening the hard, stubborn hearts of the people you will encounter tomorrow. I am perfectly aligning the exact, specific circumstances you desperately need to finally succeed. I am rapidly organizing sudden, incredibly unexpected favor for your daily path. When you wake up in the morning, the heavy, suffocating cloud of sadness will be completely gone. The heavy, rusting chain of sharp anxiety will be totally broken off your tired neck. Your beautiful, bright morning will be completely filled with my brand new, refreshing mercies. I have already physically visited your tomorrow. I have walked peacefully through your entire day before the sun has even thought about rising. I have completely and permanently cleared the dangerous, hidden obstacles out of your way. I have already provided the exact, perfect solutions for the massive problems that are worrying you right now. I promise you with all my heart that your tomorrow is incredibly, deeply blessed. The deep, quiet peace you truly thought you lost forever is slowly returning to your soul. The beautiful, creative part of you that sadly stopped dreaming is slowly waking up again. The gentle, pure joy you have missed for so incredibly long is quietly coming back home to your heart. I am bringing sudden divine clarity to the dark places where you feel totally and completely confused. I am bringing supernatural, towering strength to the areas where you feel painfully and terribly weak. I am opening massive, golden windows of incredible opportunity that you did not even know to pray for. I am sending the exact right people to help you carefully carry your heavy, exhausting load. I am entirely and permanently removing the toxic people who constantly drain your precious, limited energy. Take a deep, incredibly slow breath for me right now. Inhale my perfect, warm, unconditional love. Exhale the heavy, toxic fear that has been gripping your tight chest. Let your tight, incredibly tense shoulders finally drop down. Unclench your tight, painful jaw. Release the heavy, burning tension you are holding so tightly in your neck. Take another deep, slow breath right now. Inhale my unlimited, abundant, overflowing grace. Exhale the bitter, angry resentment you closely hold toward those who deeply hurt you today. Inhale my profound, heavenly, gentle peace. Exhale the harsh, cruel, unfair judgments you have painfully placed on yourself. I am actively pouring a gentle, warm, healing oil over your rapidly racing thoughts. I am deeply soothing the raw, emotional wounds you painfully collected today. You are completely and totally washed clean by my endless, flowing mercy. The heavy, embarrassing mistakes of today have been totally and permanently erased from my divine record. I absolutely do not remember your failures from this difficult afternoon. I only see my beautiful, highly beloved child trying their absolute best to survive. Your honest best was more than enough for me today. I am incredibly and deeply proud of exactly how hard you tried. I am completely proud of the intense, secret battles you quietly survived today. You are going to experience a massive, undeniable, beautiful shift very soon. The long, dark season of endless weeping in the quiet night is officially over. The bright, warm, spectacular morning of radiant joy is rapidly approaching your life. I am going to richly and fully restore the lonely, painful years that the enemy brutally stole from you. I am going to completely and miraculously heal the deep relationships that are painfully broken. I am going to provide for your exact financial needs in ways you cannot possibly imagine. You simply need to rest right now and let me truly be God. You absolutely do not need to constantly figure everything out by yourself anymore. You just need to completely trust my perfect, flawless, divine timing. Tomorrow, I will absolutely give you a brand new, powerful portion of daily strength. Let my gentle, soothing rhythm deeply slow down your racing, chaotic mind. Focus entirely on the calming sound of my comforting, steady voice. Feel the heavy, crushing weight lifting totally off your chest right now. Feel the warm, completely safe presence of my Holy Spirit wrapping tightly around your body. I am softly singing a beautiful, incredibly quiet lullaby over your weary soul tonight. My gentle, sacred song is actively and permanently driving away all the surrounding darkness. My loving, divine melody is completely rewriting the painful, tragic story of your difficult day. Tomorrow will absolutely not be a painful repeat of your past failures. Tomorrow is a totally clean, beautifully blank page written entirely by my own loving hand. But to fully receive this glorious, blessed tomorrow, you must do something incredibly important for me tonight. You must deeply know exactly who you are before you close your eyes. You must truly remember your true, royal, divine identity before you finally sleep. You are absolutely not your empty bank account. You are completely not your past mistakes. You are not the heavy anxiety that desperately tries to define you. You are absolutely not the harsh words they angrily spoke over you. You are not the secret failure that still silently haunts your memory. You are not the painful rejection you suffered today. You are absolutely not the sum of your daily flaws. You are my highly chosen, deeply precious child. I formed every single part of your fragile heart with my own loving hands. I carefully knit you together before you even took your first breath. I knew your beautiful name before I even created the vast universe. I placed a unique, divine calling entirely on your life. You belong entirely and completely to me. You are deeply, endlessly, unconditionally loved. Your worth is absolutely not tied to your daily productivity. Your supreme value does not ever change when you heavily stumble or fall. I look at you, and I see absolutely nothing but pure perfection. I see the beautiful, radiant righteousness of my own Son fully covering you. I do not see a broken, failing person when I look at your bed tonight. I see a brave, magnificent warrior who simply needs to rest their tired soul. Type "I belong to Jesus" as you slowly close your tired eyes. Type those incredibly powerful words to permanently seal your divine identity. Let that powerful, unshakable truth sink deeply into your weary soul right now. You are my deeply beloved child, and absolutely nothing in this world can change that eternal fact. Now, my precious child, it is finally time to give it all to me. I need you to physically and emotionally let absolutely everything go right now. Give me your rapidly racing, incredibly exhausted heart. Give me the painful, burning tightness completely trapping your heavy chest. Let it all completely and freely go. Hand me your deep, silent, tearing worries about your precious family. Hand me your terrifying, hidden, secret fears about your daily finances. Hand me the incredibly difficult decisions you desperately have to make tomorrow. My divine shoulders are massively broad enough to easily carry every single one of them. You do not have to hold the entire chaotic universe together tonight. That is strictly my divine, eternal job. That is exactly what I do best as your Almighty Father. I am gently asking you to completely surrender your desperate human need for absolute control. You cannot control the raging wind or the chaotic waves around you, but you know the Creator who completely commands the storm to be entirely still. Surrender the heavy, toxic, burning guilt you are still carrying from years ago. Surrender the deep, agonizing shame that constantly tells you that you are entirely broken. You are absolutely not too broken for my gentle, healing hands. You are never, ever too far gone for my massive, rescuing grace. Come entirely back to me exactly as you are in this very quiet moment. Do not try to frantically clean yourself up or fix your chaotic mess first. Just fall completely, heavily, and helplessly into my strong, waiting arms. Give me the heavy, sour bitterness you hold against those who deeply betrayed your trust. Give me the sharp, burning anger that sits fiercely in your tired, battered spirit. You were never, ever designed to carry such an incredibly heavy, toxic load. I will completely take the heavy, dark ashes of your daily pain. I will gently and carefully trade them for my beautiful, radiant crown of absolute peace. Your physical, aching body desperately needs to completely shut down and rest right now. Let your tired, heavy shoulders sink deeply and completely into the soft mattress. Release the stubborn, tight grip you have constantly kept on your own life. Let your exhausted legs feel entirely heavy and completely relaxed. Your tired, overworking mind desperately needs to stop aggressively solving problems tonight. I grant you full, absolute, divine permission to completely rest tonight. You have my full divine permission to finally stop fighting this brutal, exhausting battle. The fierce spiritual war is already completely and totally won. I declared the ultimate final victory on the cross completely for you. There is absolutely nothing left for you to physically or mentally figure out tonight. Release your tight, terrified grip on the totally unknown, frightening future. I am already peacefully standing in your bright tomorrow. This is exactly why I brought you here to this specific channel tonight. Not to harshly shame you for your totally natural human anxiety. Not to aggressively frighten you about the dark spiritual warfare happening around you, but to completely, fully, and beautifully restore your incredibly weary, battered soul. I brought you here to gently remind you that I was always safely holding you. Through every single dark, lonely, terrifying, painful moment today, I was right there. The painful, frustrating delay you experienced was absolutely not a wasted, empty season. The dark, whispering enemy will absolutely not win the fierce, daily battle over your mind. The brilliant, stunning, massive breakthrough is incredibly near to your front door. Your wet tears are completely and carefully dried by my own gentle hand. Your anxious, racing mind is totally and completely cleared by my soothing, calm voice. Your fragile, battered spirit is fully and permanently secured by my unbreakable, eternal promise. I am wide awake tonight, so you can finally and peacefully sleep. I am diligently and fiercely watching over this entire house, so you can safely dream. You do absolutely not have to carry the heavy, crushing weight of tomorrow tonight. I am already holding your beautiful tomorrow safely in the palm of my mighty, strong hand. Before you drift completely away into my deep healing peace, I have one incredibly small request. If you are suddenly thinking of someone who is deeply drowning in their own storm right now, if you know a broken, exhausted soul who desperately needs to hear my comforting voice tonight, be my loving, faithful, compassionate messenger for them right now. Send this exact healing message to them so they truly know I have absolutely not forgotten them. Let them powerfully feel the exact same deep, healing, divine peace you feel right now. Now, my highly beloved child, it is finally time to close your beautiful, tired eyes. Take one last, incredibly deep, slow breath of my holy presence. Rest now, my highly precious child. You are completely and perfectly safe with me. You are deeply, endlessly, and unconditionally loved by me. You are forever mine. I will never, ever, for all of eternity, leave your precious side. I will patiently and faithfully sit right here in this quiet room until the morning sun gently rises. Sleep perfectly now in my complete, heavenly, undisturbed, profound peace. If you are safely sleeping in my deep, protective peace tonight, comment Amen Jesus in the beautiful morning. I will be right here, warmly smiling at you when you finally wake up. Good night, my highly beloved, completely forgiven child.